Hey guys, how are you? I feel like it's been a while since we talked about the model. Gosh, it's probably been ages since I've used this on the podcast, but I thought it would be a great time to bring it back this week because why not? How many of you are thinking the J months are coming? Who here is afraid of a summer slowdown? As a network marketer, I used to be so nervous about summer for two reasons. The number one reason being my team's kids were all going to be home from school and they weren't going to be able to work their business and take care of their kids because they would get overwhelmed. Their house was going to be a mess. Their kids were going to be, needing them all day and they were just going to shut down and disappear. And then my customers oftentimes were spending extra money because their kids were home from school, whether it was for vacations or back to school shopping or whatever. And so I oftentimes had like some anxiety, like that summer was coming, but it doesn't have to be that way. And I will show you why. Now, before we get started today, quick little announcement for my 3-day secret of sales. If you have ever done my 3-day challenges like Ignite Week or Train Your Brain or Relaunch Yourself or any other ones I've ever done, you are missing out. Secret of Sales is going to show you how to generate new leads in a way that's working right now. Then I'm going to show you how to do that on social media, right? We have social media where I'm going to show you how to do 10,000 new followers in 90 days without a single paid ad. I'm going to show you how to generate leads with that, along with a dozen other methods that you don't even know exist and you're missing out on right now, thinking that social media is the only way to blow up your business, right? So I'm going to do lead generation that's going to attract high quality leads. Then we're going to do a whole day dedicated to just social media and how to convert those leads into your customers and your business builders that actually want to run with you. And then, so that's day 1 and day 2. Day 3 is my mega objections sales list. I'm going to show you how to close deals, get people saying yes instead of ignoring you, show you my little tip and trick about how to use a Post-it note to get people saying yes when they've always said no. You got to come to Secret of Sales to know what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to give you a workbook for every single day. So if you can't come live, don't worry, register anyway. And I'll make sure that you get the recording every single day. And also you get the beefed up workbook so that even if you don't want to watch the replay, you can just look at the workbook and it will give you everything that's in the actual Zoom. Because maybe you're just like, I'm too busy. I can't come to 3 days. It's just too much. Fine. Just get the course. It's only $19 early bird. It's ending soon though. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, you need to go to emilygibsoncoaching.com/shop and get your ticket now. Just $19. Early bird ends soon. Okay. So you want to go right now, get your ticket right now. Don't miss out. Prices are going to be going up. Want you to go get that ticket right now. Pull over on the side of the road. Put the podcast on pause. Go get it right now. emilygibsoncoaching.com/shop and get your ticket to Secret of Sales. Just $19, 3 days, 90 minutes with me, 3 days in a row, June 11th, 12th, and 13th. And I'm going to show you how to close deals, get new leads, do social media, and be able to prevent your business from having a summer slowdown. So the J months are now not a dread, June and July, summer months, but an exciting time in your business where you're finally going to be able to have more money coming in than going out. Okay. So back to the model. One of the thoughts that I have been hearing from so many of you when you email in your questions, Those of you that are in my paid community, Beyond the Rank, when you come to the 3-day challenges, what I hear you saying as if it's true is, I'm not making as much money as I used to, or I'm not making as much as I want. And see, you think that's true. You think that's a fact, and you have lots of reasons to believe it's true. In fact, you tell them to me. You're like, oh, yes, but let me show you my back office. Let me show you my pay stubs. And I'm like, yeah, those amounts go in the circumstance line, but I'm not making what I want is a thought. And how does it make you feel? Defeated, frustrated, embarrassed, humiliated? Notice when you feel those negative emotions, you behave in a certain way. You avoid posting on social media. You avoid going live in your stories. You avoid going live on Facebook. You avoid asking people to post the day they order. You avoid figuring out, by taking my 3 days secret of sales, how to close deals in a recession. It's not your fault. You've been doing it wrong. If you avoid closing those deals, you avoid asking them to post the day they join, you avoid getting new business builders in the first 72 hours. And your result is, I prevent myself from making the money I want. Because what you think is a direct reflection of what you get, which is the best news ever. Because you have complete control over what you think. It's a good thing that you're creating this mess in your mind, because we can fix that. And it's not so simple as just thinking something positive. That's a lie. You can't just think something positive and then make it be. Some of you are like, wait, I thought manifestation is a thing. It is. However, have you noticed that if you don't at least believe your manifestations a little bit, they don't come true? It's because your brain is so smart. You have a prefrontal cortex. It's the smartest engine that has ever lived on planet Earth. And it thinks about its own thinking, metacognition. When you think about your own thinking, you are going to either create something amazing or prevent yourself from creating something amazing, because your brain is set to do two things: prove you right and keep you safe. And if you think, I'm not making as much money as I want, then guess what? Your brain's going to prove you right and keep you safe, meaning make sure you don't ever get as much money as you want. And so maybe you think, oh, okay, I know the solution to this. I can make as much money as I want. But your brain, being so smart, having that prefrontal, very quietly goes, that's a lie. You can't make as much as you want. You suck right now. You've only signed up 2 people since February. You haven't had a new business builder in 3 years. Actually, you've never been able to get a business builder. I don't even know why you try. That's what your lower brain, your animal brain does, your primitive brain. It tells you these things that you believe are true. And until we change those beliefs, we cannot change your results. So what's to do? Obviously, attend Secret of Sales, my 3-day workshop. Duh, $19 to be able to have everything you want. Are you kidding me? Go get signed up already. Until you have the tools and someone to help you change what you believe, you're going to continue believing it because you're attached to believing you're right. Have the courage to be wrong. Have the courage to be wrong. Because if you can have the courage to be wrong, and maybe you are making as much as you want, maybe you're actually creating the income. In fact, I know you are. The current amount of money in your bank account is created by what you believe about money. That goes in the T line. Maybe you're thinking money is hard. I never have enough of it. There's never enough month for my money. Maybe you think money takes lots of hard work. This is what I believe about money. Money is a boomerang. Whenever I send it out, it comes right back to me. Money is easy. Money is obsessed with me. It always finds me. It's always been there for me every single time I needed it. Money is never a problem. Money is never in my way. If these are not your current beliefs about money, then my guess is you are blocking yourself from making the amount of money you want. And the way that we change that is in our thought line. It's in our beliefs. So here's the trick I want to teach you today. When you are noticing, first step is awareness. Are you there? Did you make it? I hope so. The first step is awareness. Second step is compassion. It makes so much sense why you're not making the money you want. You've believed these things about money for a long time, and it's created your result of blocking yourself from making the money you want. The third step is curiosity, right? So awareness, compassion, curiosity. Curiosity is where we get to look for what else is true. Okay, so I'm not making as much money as I want. What else is true? Are you putting in the hours to get better, to learn something new? And if you're like, yeah, I put in all the hours, but if you're doing it wrong over and over again, you're not going to get better doing it wrong. So are you taking the training? Are you getting the expert advice and opinion? Are you having them look at your work on your phone? That's what members of Beyond the Rank get, by the way. Up to 3 times a week, you're getting a live coaching call with me with your phone in your hand. And I am correcting your mistakes in real time, teaching you the systems. But then when you do the systems and you do them wrong, even just a half a degree, you're not getting the result you want, you can come to the calls, and you can do this on Secret of Sales as well, that 3-day challenge. But when you're doing that, having someone correct your work, are you having someone correct your work? If not, then how do you know you're doing it right? You could be doing it wrong. So we look for what else is true, right? We believe, you might be believing, I'm not making as much money as I want. Okay, well, what's in the way of you believing that you're making as much money as you want? What would need to happen? How much would you need to have in your bank account? Have you ever had that much in your bank account before? These are questions I would ask you if I was coaching you live on Secret of Sales or in the paid community. What is in the way of you having everything you want? Because I promise you, it's your thoughts. It's what you're not giving yourself to it's what you're not giving yourself permission to believe. And it truly is as simple as looking for what else is true. I'm not making as much money as I want. Okay, what else is true? How much are you making? How much were you making a year ago? If you were making more a year ago, what thoughts did you give yourself permission to believe back then that you don't give yourself permission to believe right now? Is it that you've lost the passion in your business? Is that you don't believe that you are a product of the product anymore? Whatever it is, it can all be changed by looking for what else is true, staying curious. Remember, curiosity is the ace up your sleeve, and getting into the space where you believe with 80% belief that it could be true. So if you think I'm not making as much as I want, and you were making as much as you wanted a year ago, just for as an example, what did you used to believe? Let's say that you used to believe, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, everyone wants this. You don't believe that right now. That's okay. We don't have to believe that same thing. But is it possible that there is something about your product or your service that you still believe is true? Is it possible? If it's possible that there's something about your product and service that you still believe is true, if it were possible, how would it make you feel? Maybe you feel a little bit, maybe excited is too strong. Maybe you feel a little neutral. Maybe you feel hopeful. And if you were able to believe that there's something that's still true about your product or service, even though things aren't perfect right now, and you felt a little bit of hope, what action could you take from feeling hope? Maybe you could share someone else's story in your main feed. Maybe you could reach out to someone that you've never talked to before on the off chance that they might be struggling now, even though they weren't struggling before. And is it possible that you could take actions in your business that could maybe create the road to you getting back to what you used to believe and feel about your business? If the answer is yes, then you're well on your way. If you're feeling down and out and you've lost your belief in yourself, look at what you're currently believing, compare it to what you used to believe, and try to find a bridge thought between those two of it's possible or it could be possible if. And then challenge yourself on what you believe and have the courage to be wrong so that you can find that piece of you that used to believe that this was possible and recreate that again with small, simple steps. I believe in you. I know you can do this. I think about quitting every single day. That's normal. It's normal to feel like you're failing when you're on your way. That's part of getting to success. You fail all along the way. That's the whole game. Fail faster. And I promise you'll succeed sooner. All right, you guys, head on over right now to emilygibsoncoaching.com/shop. Get your ticket for Secret of Sales, just $19 early bird, and come get coached live by me on that workshop. Get your workbook, get your ticket, and I will see you there. All right, everybody, have an amazing week. Bye now.